Hello engineers, कैसे हो आप सब? Hopefully you are well. I'm also fine. So today we are going to discuss about abstraction and encapsulation. As you know already, you have viewed the thumbnail of this video. So without wasting your time, let's get started. And one more thing, please watch this video till the end so that you will get information, complete information. And then please always practice such kind of questions so that you will understand in the practical way. While the theory or while the concept, I will write it down or will explain the whole code for example of this related to this topic. But if you try to write a code or the practice the lot of coding questions, then you will feel more better or you will understand more in the detail instead of the just listen the video. Okay, while the listen this video, while the watch this video, please create a notes guys, it will help you a lot. So let's get started. One more thing, abstraction or this the oops, what is the concept I'm telling you guys? This is very common, that is frequently asked to by the interviewer. So be prepared, whatever I'm telling you and the topics, most important thing, please note it down somewhere so that if interviewer asks that related to point or the example of that topic, so you can answer the clearly at that moment. Okay, so abstraction, first of all, we will understand in the simple way. Abstraction is the process of the hiding the internal implementation detail and showing only essential feature of the object. I will tell you an example. Let's suppose you have defined your feature or you have initialized your function in a different class, but you are calling that functions in somewhere, or you have initialized a function somewhere, but there is no implementation or you are initializing that function in a different class. That is similar look likes of abstraction, like we are not implementing a function at the same place. That is the abstraction. There is the few points. Abstraction class is declared with the abstract keyword. Abstract is the keyword which is reserved keyword in the Java, which we use to where we are using the abstraction. It may have a both abstract and non-abstract method. If you are using the abstract class, it have a two opportunity or options. You can create the abstract method and non-abstract method. And abstract is a Java modified applicable for the classes and method in the Java, but not for a variable. In this what is the abstract class in the Java? Abstract class is same like a class, and that cannot be initiated by itself. It need to be subclass by another class to use its properties. An abstract class is declaring using the abstract keyword in its class definition. See, abstract the keyword which we are using in class, and this is the name of the class in color and abstract void draw. This is the function we are using. This is the abstract method. Or another thing which we are telling you, non-abstract method, like we does not use any abstract keyword here, or we implement this function. That is the non-abstract method. I think you know fully. There is a few points which you should be aware. An instance of the abstract class cannot be created. An instance of the abstract class cannot be created. Constructors are allowed in the abstract class. We have a abstract class without any abstract method. We can have a abstract class without any abstract method. There is no any restriction or any rule कि if we have the abstract method, we should be have a abstract method. No, we are good to go if we have a abstract method or non-abstract method in within the abstract class. But yeah, there can be final method. Yeah, there is the one more point I just want to if you have a stack method, there is the restriction we should have a stack class at that time, otherwise we will get an error. Another point, there can be final method in the abstract class, but any abstract method in the class, let repeat again, any abstract method in the class cannot be declared as a final. Or simpler term, final method cannot be abstract itself as it yield an either illegal combination of modifier abstract and final. Okay, let's repeat one more time. There can be final method in the abstract class, but any abstract method in the class cannot be declared as a final. That is a very simple. I will tell you. I will explain with the come on the class also. We can define static method in the abstract class. Yes, this is the most common question. I remember one of the interview Airtel interviewer. When I attended the interview in Airtel, that time he asked, he, we can define the static method in the abstract class. So absolutely yes, we can define. We can use the abstract keyword for the declaring top level classes, outer classes like as well as the inner class as abstract. If class contain at least one abstract method, if class contain at least one abstract method, then compulsory should declare the abstract keyword as a class. If child class is unable to provide implementation to all abstract method of the parent class, then we should declare the child class as a abstract so that the next level class should provide the implementation to the remaining abstract method. I will explain in the class. So let's go without wasting your time. Come here and click on this test 11 test suite. Then come here, this is the abstract that is already created because I had created the video earlier, but that was some noise issue, or there are some things that I remove and creating again. So this one is the abstract class, let's suppose. Okay, me a moment, I'm just, let's suppose what I'm doing. What I have need to, first of all, we have need to understand the abstract. If we have declared as a abstract, we should go with the abstract method. Okay, so how? We will like that, and we will give this name as abstract, abstract void test. Okay, and I should remove this one also and save it. Then come here in the extend class. Here is the extend class. There is a name as a abstract class, and this is extend with this one and the class, and this is the unimplemented method. Okay, I think, let me check again. Yes, so here we have need to create void test. Okay, let's suppose system dot println. So whenever you are writing something, always try to write it down in a very short key using. If you don't know, so I will tell you every short key, etc. Okay, anything you can add it here. What we have made here, what have we have written, this is our struct class, this is the unimplemented method, right? And we have the another class where we are declaring this one, and another class, you can call the same method as well as, or you can call the same method in the same class. Let's suppose there is no main method. I am come here base class. Let's suppose first of all I have need to what I need to, first of all I have need to comment the previous code. Then sorry, this one need to, okay, so go with this, and I think you understand what I have written. It's a very simple thing which we have written here. Abstract class method declare here. So this way abstract is work, that is the simple way. Next point which we have need to, let's suppose here is the method we have declared final. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, there you can read the unable to initialize main class, and there is the illegal modified. This is the error which we will get. Okay. Then another way we can, what we have need to do, static. Static method cannot be hide instance method from abstract class. Yes. See, this is the way we can, there we have initialized the static method in the abstract class, and we are calling in another class. Then we are printing out here in the base class. So it is working like a stat. That is very simple way, guys, without any think, without any confusion. Let's go with the next point. Yeah, this is the real world examples, like real world object, what you can see abstraction, what you don't see hidden implementation. Car start button or steering wheel, engine mechanism, fuel injection, transmission system, you can't see. So this is the example. uh, Abstraction helps separate behavior from implementation. It used when only want to expose the behavior. And there is so many methods you can check. I like looking for the another example. This is the same example which already we have discussed in that. Abstraction with the interface we will discuss in another lecture. Advantage of the abstraction: security, hide the unnecessary detail; flexibility, changes in the implementation don't affect the user code; reusability, same interface or abstract class can be reused; maintainability, makes larger system easier to manage; reduce complexity, focus on essential operations only. Common interview questions related to abstraction. What is abstraction in Java? Difference between abstraction and interface. We will discuss in another lecture. Can we create object of an abstract class? No. Can abstract class have a constructor? Yes. What is 100% abstraction? Or how is abstraction achieved in a interface, Java 8 interface? There is the topic which we have covered of abstraction. Go with the encapsulation. Uh, Encapsulation. Let me moment. Encapsulation is the process of wrapping data, variable, and methods. Yeah. So encapsulation is the process of wrapping data. Simply, I will tell you. Okay, here somewhere I have written the two lines about encapsulation. Encapsulation simply we are by declaring the variable as a private and using that variable within the function as a public. This is the main agenda of the encapsulation. So let's read first. Encapsulation is the process of wrapping data and methods that operate on the data into single unit. It also means restricting direct access to class variable and allowing the controlled access by getter and setters. Implementation of the encapsulation in the Java. Declare data as a private. Hide the class data so it can't be accessed directly from outside the class. Use getter and setter. Keep variable private and provide public getter and setter for control the access and set modification, often with validation. Apply proper access modifier. Use private for data hiding and public for the method that provide access. Conceptual understanding. You hide your data inside the class, only the method of that class can access and modify the data. Outside code cannot be directly access it. This provides data protection, integrity, and control. Real-time example, I will tell you bank account. You can deposit or withdraw money, but can't be directly access the bank database. That is a simple way. The real-world example, medical capsule. Different mechanisms are mixed inside the capsule data behavior together. A lot of things. Company HR system. The other another things. Let's see the look the structure. This is the class student. There is a private variables, and we are using this variable in the function. Public void set name string name. If name dot empty, then print system cannot name cannot be empty. Else this dot name equal to name. Whatever the name is here, then it will print out here. This is the way we use the and then public string get name return the name. What it is doing, it will fetch the data name with the help of the this variable, and then it will print or return the name variable value. The same way, public void set age int age. If age greater than 0, then it will fetch the value of the age. Otherwise, it will print the age must be positive. And then it will return the value of the age. And what it will do, it will whenever we will call the function of that object of that class, then it will print in this way. Set.name, we will provide the value and it will print in that way. So let's write it down the code, then you will understand better way. Now we have created the new package solution, and then we need to create the class, at least two class, student data, and then data access. Now we need to create the student data here, private, it should show the suggestion. See, I have written the code because your time will be waste. That's why I have written earlier. So this code is like we have created the one classes, the public class and private variables. And now what we are doing, we are creating the function for the each variable. Public void set name. string name we are getting parameter from the user, and this dot name equal to name which we are initializing the value, we are getting data from the user. uh, that moment. Yeah, and then public string get name we are get name. This is another function which we are getting string encapsulation student data from the get data we are getting from the user also, and we are getting the name from we are returning the name. This is the we are doing for the same for all variables, and we are accessing all the variables in the main class, and we are accessing controlling the all variables data in the main class. Only we are simply we are initializing here the private. That is the way. And another class where we are explaining the data access. Here, the another class we have created the object of the main method and the object of the class, and we are giving the values of the variable, and we are performing the function. We are giving the values of that variable, and we are getting or performing the whatever we want. That is the way is encapsulation work. Another way, I will tell you another way. Let's suppose I just commented out here, and here is the one another option is the source getter and setter method. I think this is the way we can directly perform the getter and setter method. I didn't perform like that. Yes, and select all and generate. And this is the function you can directly generate it by the Eclipse. We don't need to write it the same way. This variable reference the current values of the main class values in this variable. This the refer the current value. This keyword is refer the current value of the variable. That is the simple. If someone asks you what is the role of this keyword refer the values of the current value of the variable where we are getting. So this keyword we are getting, and the parameter we are passing in this function, and then we are set getting the value. We are set the name, and we are getting the value, and we are returning the value. And there we are just initializing. Main work is there in the data access file, and we are accepting. Then set is oh sorry, yes, let's see, yes, there is a point is here, and the int is set age. Okay, function name is set age. We are calling wrong. Here, and we have selected again, and check again. Yeah, just 10.5. The value we have printed. The value of the encapsulation, we are controlling the variable, and we are accessing that in the separate function or separate class. We are controlling the all variables, and we are hiding the variables with the help of the private keyword, and we are accessing or modifying and controlling, and we are accessing that variable in another class or main class. That is the simple. So this is about the abstraction encapsulation. Let's, if anything else is there. Private data cannot be accessible directly outside the class. Set name or get set is control what the data we can set. And get name and get is safely expose the values. Expose like we are giving the values. And this is essence to data protection to object oriented programming. And data security, private field as hidden from the outside access, validation control, code reusability, maintainability, loose coupling. Common questions: what is the encapsulation in the Java? How the encapsulation different from the data hiding? Why should variable be private? Can we achieve encapsulation without data setter method? To know that break control. What is the relations between the encapsulation and our abstraction? So we are the common see our abstraction for the hiding the implementation detail, but encapsulation hide the data for outside access. Focus on what to do and focus on how to protect data. And abstract class and interface and private variable and get and setter method, label, design label, implementation label. Purpose: simplify complex logic, secure and protect data. In this the way we already discussed. I think this is all about the encapsulation. Thank you guys. You are continuously watching my video, and we will meet later.